Welcome back, lottery fans. I've been getting some great feedback from you guys about the number vault. I love to hear your winning stories when you send them to me, letting me know that these numbers are all hidden for you. I've also been receiving a lot of questions from first-time number vault buyers in terms of asking questions on how to actually use the number vault and what are some of the good sections to pick your numbers from. For those of you that have bought the number vault before, you'll know there's a lot of great numbers in here, a lot of great sections, all different kinds of rundowns, tips, numbers, all these kinds of things in here, and it can be pretty daunting to start jumping in and deciding where you want to start. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run through a copy of the number vault so you actually see all of the sections in the number vault, and I'll describe to you how I would be playing those numbers. Now naturally you're free to play the numbers completely how you want. You may have your own methodology for using the number vault, which is absolutely fantastic. I definitely recommend choosing your own way of playing the numbers in here, but this is how I view each of the sections. So for those newbies of you, the ones that are buying this for the first time or have bought this just for 1 or 2 months, might give you some pointers on how to use it. So to start off with, one of the things I definitely recommend before you actually start jumping into the number vault is go ahead and download my monthly review. So if you've seen some of my videos before, you'll know that I don't just put out the number vault, I actually go ahead and I track all of the numbers in here for several different states just to make sure that those numbers are hitting. And every month I'll actually put out a spreadsheet that is free to download on lotterypredictor.com, where you can actually go ahead and see all the states that I'm tracking, see which the numbers are hitting, how many numbers are hitting in each of the states, and see the dollar amounts associated with those potential wins. That way, I'm a big believer in the proof is in the pudding, and I like to be able to prove to you guys that the numbers in here do work and they are winning. So I definitely go ahead and I track all of that, and you can actually go ahead and see that in this full spreadsheet that I run down. It starts with a cover sheet that shows you a breakdown of the 19 states I'm tracking right now. As always, if you want me to add your state to here, leave me a comment below and I'll add your state in here as well. But just because I'm tracking the 19 states doesn't mean it won't work in your state. It definitely will. I've been doing tests across all states and it definitely works in all states. These are just the 19 I'm actively tracking every month because it takes a lot of time to actually track all of this stuff. And then I actually go ahead and I break it down state by state to show you exactly which date hit, exactly which drawing it was, whether it was an evening or a midday drawing, which section of the number vault the actual number came out of, the number that was hit, and whether it's a straight or a box hit, and what the dollar value was. So it's a very transparent view to see exactly which numbers are hitting out of each month's number vault. So definitely go ahead and download this. Take a look at your state, and if you see a specific, if you see, for example, that the top secret section has hit 10 numbers in the last month, that might be a good indication that the algorithms we're using to calculate the top secret section is hidden very well for your month. So go ahead and use that section. So that's the first thing. Definitely go ahead and download this from lotterypredictor.com. The February version is out right now. The March version will be out at the beginning of April once March is completed. And I'll be able to calculate all those numbers there. But let's go ahead and jump into the number vault. So the number vault is 10 full pages of tips and numbers and rundowns. And I'm going to run through every single page and describe to you, how I would use each of the pages. And you're actually going to get a peek into the March 2019 version. So we're not at the end of March yet, so you're going to get a peek at a few days to come, but definitely the April version is out and available now. I'll leave links in the description below so you can go ahead and buy the April version as well. You can either get it from lotterypredictor.com or actually purchase it on Amazon as well if you have a Kindle. But you'll get a sneak preview at the end of March as well. So let's start on page 1. So page 1 is basically split into a couple of different sections. We've got hot doubles for pick 3s and pick 4s, hot triples, and then we've got Catherine's picks and computer picks. Let's start with the hot doubles. So the way I play the hot doubles is if I see in my state that a lot of doubles are starting to occur, say for example we get to the second weekend or the third weekend and there's been an abnormal number of doubles hitting, I'll start playing the doubles from the hot doubles because that's a good indication that the doubles are hitting for your states, and these are the hot doubles that might start working for the pick 3 and pick 4. Same with the triples. If we see something where triples are starting to hit, for example, we saw Michigan hitting several triples a couple months ago, I would start playing the triples and even the quads. The quads are starting to hit. But I would play those typically if I see the month trending towards hitting triples and hitting doubles, because that's a good indication that those are hot and you should start playing these numbers. The Catherine's picks and computer picks, they're more of a fun section. Basically what I do is I have a computer pick 4 numbers, and I have Catherine pick 4 numbers, and I play these off against each other. So I've been feeling like a bit of fun. I'll play the 4 numbers from the computer pick, I'll play the 4 numbers from Catherine's picks, and then I'll compare to see who got the most numbers. So it's just a little bit of a fun section in the start there. So the daily lucky numbers. So what I do here is I pick for every single day. I've calculated 3 pick 3 numbers and 3 pick 4 numbers that you should be playing for that day. You're more than welcome to play these numbers across multiple days, but my recommendation is to play each number on the day it's assigned. So for example, on the 10th of March, you play these 3 numbers and these 3 pick 4 numbers. As I said, you can pick from here as you like if you see number patterns that you like, but the recommendation here is to play just the numbers on the day that's actually assigned to. Alright, the next page. So we've got a couple of things on here. We've got the if this then that pick 3 section, and we've got the Dream Translator section for March. So let's start with the if this then that. So the way in which this is designed is when you see a number come out, what you do is you'll look for the number in the left hand column of these 3 columns here. Say for example we had the number 227 come out. We'd start looking down our column here, and we'd hear 22x. So that represents 227 because it's 22 at the start, and it could be any number at the last. So 227 came out, so we'd look at this, we'd move to the column on the right, and we should be playing numbers with 81 at the start there. So I might say want to play an 817, or I might want to play all of the 81 numbers, 810 through to 819. And then same thing if we had, for example, a 706. You come down on the left-hand columns, find where you might find a 706, and here's one, X06, that would represent a 706. So I'd want to play a 47 as my last 2 numbers. I might play a 747 or a 347, anything like that. So that's how the if this then that works. So the Dream Translator, this is pulled directly from lotterypredictor.com. There is a Dream Translator number generator where I've got a full database of lots of different words and how they actually calculate out into pick 3, pick 4, and on the website you'll actually get pick 5 numbers as well. So I highly recommend visiting lotterypredictor.com. The idea being that if these words, if you say, for example, see these words during your everyday, or you have a dream about some of these words, say for example, it was very windy that day, you might find windy here, so you play these 2 numbers here. Or say for example, you had a dream where everything was green, you'd find green in this list and you'd go ahead and play these numbers. So that's how the Dream Translator works. This is just a small subset of the words. As I said, go to lotterypredictor.com. You can type in any word you like, and it's more than guaranteed to actually go ahead and find that number for you in my database of words where I've done those algorithm calculations to figure out what the numbers you should be playing for those words are. On to the next section. So the next 2 pages are the pick 3 and the pick 4 rundown section. So for those of you that are fans of rundowns, and I know I am, I do a lot of those, what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've picked a couple of very popular rundowns, both for the pick 3 and the pick 4. I've found some base numbers to go ahead and use, and I've calculated numbers for all states that can be used for this. So that's another key thing to remember. The lottery predictor, the number vault rather, works for all states. The numbers do work across all states. We've done the testing on these things, as you saw in the spreadsheet earlier. So what I do is I do the rundowns, and for pick 3 I've got a +3, -3 rundown, and a clockwise counting up rundown. And then we go ahead and where I actually find the suggested numbers from the rundown. So this is the section you should be looking at here. You can definitely look at the grids, and if you want to play the numbers out of the grids, if you're looking at the patterns and you find patterns in here that you're liking, by all means you can definitely go ahead and use the grids to pick your numbers. I personally use the suggested numbers in each of the sections for the pick 3 and the pick 4. But as I said, you're free to use whatever you want. If you want to go ahead and use the grids to find your own patterns, you can absolutely do that. Alright, the next section. These are the reader's pick section. So every month, anyone that's bought the number vault can go ahead and email in 4 pick 3 numbers and 4 pick 4 numbers, and I'll pick 4 people out of the people that have mailed in and go ahead and publish them in the number vault. So this is almost like a bragging rights section. So surprisingly, these sections actually hit pretty well. I've noticed a lot of states hitting a lot of numbers out of these sections. So big kudos to all of you that have been sending in numbers. You're definitely hitting some good numbers. But yeah, so if you want to try other people's suggestions, this is the section to come to. Go ahead and play any of the numbers out of these. And as I said, if you want to actually contribute to this section, if you want to see your name up here with your numbers, just send me an email to webmaster@lotterypredictor.com. Send me 4 pick 3 numbers and 4 pick 4 numbers. Do it before the 23rd of every month, and I'll be able to go ahead and hopefully you'll be selected to go ahead and be published in the number vault here. If you don't make it in 1 month, definitely just keep emailing me month after month, and I'll start seeing that you're emailing a lot, and I'll definitely get you in here. Alright, the next page we've got more if this then that pick for the pick 4 and lucky 3s and 4s. So if this then that, same as the pick 3, just for pick 4, and it's the same deal. If you see the two of the numbers out of the 4 that have been picked, go ahead and find the corresponding number and play those as well. The lucky 3s and the lucky 4s, these are algorithms that I've put together. They're really good for the beginners. So both the pick 3, the lucky 3s and the lucky 4s, and the top secret section at the back are good for beginners. So these numbers are calculated by the algorithms I've got on the back end. You can come to here if you don't know what you want to play, or you're in a hurry one day, just come ahead, pick some of the numbers out of the lucky 3s and the lucky 4s and go ahead and play those. Those are really good sections to start getting your teeth cut on these ones. So the next section is the multi-state lucky numbers. So I've labeled out the Powerball, Mega Millions, Lucky for Life, and Cash for Life. I don't have America Lotto in here, or Lotto America in here yet, but that will be soon. So if you like to play the multi-states, I know Powerball is very much up there right now. You can go ahead and use this section. I like to use these in combination with the wheels that are being put out. You can find lottery wheels in a lot of different places, and we actually have some for free in the resource section on lotterypredictor.com. You can go ahead and download those lottery wheels worksheets and plug these numbers into the lottery wheels, and that will give you a very much improved chance of winning those multi-state lotteries. And then the final page is the top secret section. So these are our top secret numbers. So you shouldn't actually be looking at that, but I'm going to show you anyway. Like the pick 3, like the lucky 3s and lucky 4s, it's a very good section for beginners. As I said, if you're in a rush or you don't know where to start, come to this section, pick some numbers out of these, play out of these, and then hopefully these will start working for you as well. I certainly don't recommend jumping in and playing all the numbers in the number vault. There's a lot of numbers in here. There's a lot of different things. I recommend doing your research in here to see what's hot for your state, and then I recommend playing around with the different sections. Start small if you're not a big lottery player. I know some of you are big lottery players and buy a lot of tickets. I definitely recommend for newbies starting small, pick a few numbers, and then work your way up if you start winning. Certainly don't go bed in the house or anything like that. Please play responsibly. But that's it. That's the number vault. As I said, April is available now. The links are down below in the description. Lots more great numbers in there. Same format as this, so everything I've described in here you'll find in April. You'll just find a fresh new set of numbers, all new calculations done specifically for April. So go ahead and get that. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below if you've got any suggestions that you might want to see added to the number vault. I am looking to do either additions to the number vault or potentially even doing some different tip sheets as well based on other formulas that I've got. So definitely leave me a comment below if you'd like to see that. Good luck to everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.